going to do the countdown, and you all are going to help. Are you ready, Andrew? We're going to do the countdown. All right, let's do it. Everybody with me. We're going to start at 3. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go!
Practice. He's got some stuff under his belt.
Yes,
But,
yes.
All right, here we go. Level 3 complete. Peter Charles out in front with 440 points. We got Michael Jarman just behind, along with Patrick Chatane. Here's Patrick. He's looking at level 2, and he does have bonus to those next levels. Okay, so we got just 15 seconds now to elimination.
Yeah. They're moving around an asteroid field trying to find the optimal path. So it's a lot of cell movement based on asteroid value.
Really challenging.
That's really challenging.
Yeah.
Over is over. All right, and Andrew now, he's looking around, he's taking his headphones off. What is he doing? Okay, is he safe? Is he safe? This is bold. This is bold. Look at it, crossing his arms. No, the guy is flexing.
19,
He's flexing.
18,
He's flexing.
16,
what is he doing? Look at this guy. Look at
14,
no.
It is all over, boys and girls. Ladies and gentlemen, children of all age, we have our new winner.
Oh, man. That just gave it
Let's
up
go.
to him.
Let's move over here to the center of the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, your third place winner.
Whoa.
That's where you all applaud. Your third place winner.
Yeah.
Your second place winner. And our new Microsoft Excel World Champion, Andrew Guy.
See,
Fastest way to reach kids is to train teachers. And our end game is always helping kids to become financially capable adults. The North Star of the National Educator Conference is to engage, to inspire, and to appreciate teachers. It's really building a community, and we call it the Jumpstart family. If there's ever a time financial education is needed, it's now.
Don't we do something about replacing these?
Well, yeah. First comes a digital twin of the factory. Then you optimize it so you can build the real one that produces batteries in record time.
How did you do that?
Here we are. We are live. Hello, hello. Welcome to Battle 3 of the Excel Esports Road to Las Vegas Microsoft Excel World Championships. Welcome. Hello, Tim. Hello
Hello,
again.
Danielle. Welcome to
Hi.
everyone online. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, whether you're watching this live or watching this after the fact. It's good to have you here.
Yes, it is 7 p.m. here in Sydney. My name is Danielle Stein Fairhurst, and I'm going to introduce my co-host, Tim Heng. He is also based in Sydney. He's also a financial modeler, and he's also a Microsoft MVP. So welcome, Tim.
Thank you, Danielle. And I mean, introducing Danielle, she might as well just repeat all of that back for herself, talented lady that she is. So, look, we're hoping to guide you through this next battle. You've probably seen us here running these sessions in the past, so hope we can entertain you again tonight.
Yeah, so what we have tonight is the third battle throughout the year, which will lead us to Las Vegas. And 5 people who will make it through today are going to be able to compete in the championships. We have got hundreds and thousands of people who are competing, and we have got 4 very brave people who are going to be competing on the live stream today. So I think it's time to say hello to our competitors tonight.
I think before we chat with our competitors, I think we're going to just have a quick video showing what it is that we're all here for, the Excel World Championship. If you've been living under a rock, I mean, the fact that you've made it
let's
here,
do it.
you probably know what it is. But in case you haven't seen all the details, let's go check it out.
Yeah.
Microsoft Excel World Championship Season 2024. There are 10 Road to Las Vegas battles that occur throughout the year. It is advised but not mandatory to participate in all of them to qualify for the finals in Las Vegas. From each of the 10 Road to Las Vegas battles, 5 best-scoring participants get a ticket to the main draw of the competition, meaning they can skip the Microsoft Excel World Championship qualification round. These 50 people will be a part of the Microsoft Excel World Championship main draw, which has 128 spots. The remaining players will be determined through the qualification round on October 12th, Financial Modeling World Cup regular season, as well as the organizers will award 2 wildcards. Then the MEWC online rounds will start on October 26th, with 128 people that will play each other in a playoff format. After the 2 rounds of play, the 128 players will be eliminated down to 32. These 32 players will be directly accepted into the finals in Las Vegas. However, the online rounds will continue on October 31st, when 2 more rounds will be played. These matches will determine the top 8 players who qualify directly into the Day 3 finals in Las Vegas. These players have already guaranteed themselves a part of the prize money pool as long as they come to Vegas. The remaining 24 players will qualify for the Day 2 matches of the in-person competition. So, how will the Las Vegas finals work? On December 2nd, the first day of the finals, a last chance qualification round will be held for anyone who has not qualified yet, but would like to take part in the finals and is in Las Vegas. 36 winners of the last chance qualification round will be playing on the gorgeous HyperX Arena on the next day. They will be joined by the 24 winners of the online rounds and the 4 wild cards chosen by the organizers. From these 64 players, 16 will qualify for the Day 3 finals on December 4th. They will join the 8 winners of the online rounds to form a 24-player pool competing for the champion's title. Plan your Vegas trip now. Book hotels at exclusive rates, secure affordable flights, schedule your visa interview, and get set for an amazing time with fellow Excel enthusiasts. Don't wait for online rounds in October. They might make your qualification path easier, but no matter what, you can still compete in Vegas. Good luck and see you in Las Vegas.
Welcome back. And here we have our 4 fantastic competitors tonight. We have Ben Gutches, Timothy Shu, Nick Boberg, and Dara Shah. So welcome, Ben. You are from Ohio, is that right? But you're coming to us from China. And I do believe that Excel is not your day job. Is that right?
No, that's right. I am a lecturer of English for academic purposes here at a university in China. So still happy to participate and attend.
Wow. Well done. Well done. Fantastic to have you here. And Timothy, welcome. You're joining us from New Zealand, right? And this is definitely not your first time. You're a bit of a veteran here. Timothy, how are you feeling tonight?
Oh, still feel all the nerves and nervousness going into it. But yeah, looking forward to a good case.
Yes, yes. Welcome, welcome. And we have Dara. Welcome back, Dara. Dara is actually a member of the Women in Financial Modelling group. She's coming to us from India today, and she is a very active participant there. So how are you feeling, Dara?
Very nervous, but hoping to stay calm and do good.
You have got a little cheer squad going on in our Women in Financial Modelling. You've got lots and lots of people cheering for you. So welcome.
Thank you.
Hello, Nick. Nick is no stranger to this competition, and he has actually hosted some of these. He was actually my co-host not too long ago. And so how does it feel to be on this side or the other side of the competition?
Yeah, it's a bit of a different experience, to be honest.
Which do you prefer?
Oh, it depends what day you get me on, to be honest. And depends probably what the case looks like. Some of them, from a hosting perspective, you look at and go, you know what, I'm quite happy not to be doing this one. Hopefully we don't have one of those
That's
today.
true. I know the feeling. So our job as commentators is to kind of talk through what you guys are doing, and it's I think it's quite I think it's quite stressful on both sides of the screen. So Tim is a competitor as well, and a commentator, although we generally commentate together. Anything you wanted to add,
right.
Tim?
Yeah, I was going to say, you can tell Nick's been on the commentating side because he gave us that perfect segue about seeing what the case is like, because that's what we're going to be doing next. We're going to go check out the case.
Thanks.
To Las Vegas, Battle 3. These series of Excel Esports battles are part of qualification to the main draw of the Microsoft Excel World Championship 2024, with the finals taking place in HyperX Arena, Las Vegas in December. We are glad to present you the case for the battle. This spreadsheet is a nightmare, designed by Harry Siders from the US. You thought it would be a good idea to sit back and watch the Excel Championship while eating pizza, ice cream, and ghost peppers. Sadly, that combination has led you here into a waking nightmare. Please answer the following questions, but be aware the data for level 5 may be left as text, shown as dice, or even Roman numerals, so some conversions will be in order. In levels 6 and 7, you will need to use the Void tab to outlast the ghosts and aliens. You can't have a nightmare without ghosts and aliens. The case has 130 questions of 7 levels of difficulty and 5 bonus questions, some of which are independent of the levels. Plan your strategy wisely. Good luck, and see you in Las Vegas.
Are you a high achiever with an analytical background? Learn about a career at Equity Methods, the #1 rated equity compensation consulting firm, and a top company to work for in Arizona. When you join our team, you'll be equipped with all the training you need to jumpstart your consulting career, contribute to high-value projects with prestigious clients, expand your technical expertise, learn client relations, and more. Go to equitymethods.com/careers to view our current opportunities.
What a case. What a case. This spreadsheet is a nightmare.
It is a
Harry
nightmare.
Siders, what were you thinking? Oh my
You know,
gosh, what did you think
I
of
was
the
looking at
case?
the descriptions of pizza and ice cream and ghost chili peppers, and I was just thinking Oz de Soleil. Like, I figured he'd be the one who would have designed this,
Yeah,
this
where
little
is
case,
Oz?
right?
Where is Oz? Yeah, it must be the middle of the night for him. But yes, this is definitely the stuff of nightmares. So Very, very interesting case. So I'm fascinated to see how our competitors handle this one.
That's right. I mean, 7 questions as well. There's a lot to go through.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the questions in these sorts of competitions usually only have like 5 sections, and so 7 sections gives us a lot of leeway to earn points quick and fast as we barrel down through the different sections.
Yes, and there are those bonus questions, which are always a good opportunity to get some quick points.
That's right. And so it'll be interesting to see how people play the game, whether they go for the bonus questions and lock in those points early ahead of everyone else, or try and make their way through the question sections. So why don't we go over to the players and see how they're feeling now that they've had a chance to look at the case and see, did you have any questions?
Too late to do the hosting?
I'm afraid so, Nick.
All right. So we've got a rule clarification. The first 2 players who answer bonus questions correctly each will receive the points. Don't leave them too long.
Once they're gone, they're gone.
All right. So if no one has any questions,
everybody's good. All right. Must be time to go. Let's start the timer. 3, 2, 1, and let's go.
That's fun.
Hey, we can see their screens, and they're off. They are off and running. Oh my gosh. Timothy, what a superstar. He is already there. Look at that. He's already got 70 points.
I love that all 4 players have gone in completely different directions. So I think Nick was trying to work his way through the first questions. Ben was just hammering through the first questions directly. The first questions basically have some numbers in word form, and they're asking you to convert them from like 9 minus 6, for example, and trying to work out what the answer is. And so he's just gone through and typed those in directly. He's not even bothered trying to reformulate, which I think is a great idea. Whereas Timothy's going to clean up the data. I saw Dara going off trying to answer bonus questions.
Yeah, so has Timothy done the first? Like he had those points before we even saw his screen. So amazing. And Ben has Nick has suddenly taken the lead. Let's have a look at what Nick's doing.
The tricky thing that you can do, when people start looking at the case, they're not allowed to do any of their modeling. However, what they are allowed to do is start looking through and trying to formulate answers. And so my guess is that Timothy's 70 points came from answering bonus questions 1 and 2, perhaps. And as you could actually answer those questions by just by reading the case before you're putting fingers to the keyboard.
So he's using the Arabic formula, which will take Roman numerals and convert them to Arabic. So this one has got 3 different types of data. There is numbers, text, Roman numerals, ordinary text, and little dice emojis. And the dice you need to convert to the numbers.
Yeah. So you can see what he's doing here. He's adding up the Roman numerals to try and answer that bonus question. So he's trying to sort of solve that as quickly as he can, try and lock in some points. Good play.
Yeah, those bonus questions are doing well for him.
Yeah, well, we can see in the bottom right, he's answered 3 bonus questions and he's answered the first 3 levels as well. So he is shot well in front of everybody else.
Yeah, geez, he is doing really well.
Alrighty. Well, let's see how other people are going. Let's check out what Ben is up to.
Yeah.
Because Ben barreled through the first question, and it looks like he's answered. It's still on Nick. Sorry. It looks like he's answered questions 1, 2, and 3.
Not looking great. Okay, so he's doing. So with this one, they had to. There were 2 separate columns with one with a color and one with a widget thing, and you either had to strip it out into 2 separate columns or you had to string the others together. So it looks like looks like he's not getting terribly far with it. So he's using an XLOOKUP to not sure what he's doing.
So what I think he's done, he's combined the data, those 2 columns in the data.
Yeah,
sheet.
he's combined it.
So
on
he's
the
got the
data.
ones and bronze. But what I think might have happened is that he may have got these in the wrong order, perhaps?
Oh, you needed to, because it's what it's asking you to do is to pick up the first date. So it's asking you for the, because obviously the XLOOKUP will find the first value, but there are
But it's
multiple
not gonna
dates.
it's not gonna be in date order, yeah.
No,
So
of
maybe
course.
XLOOKUP's not the right tool. Maybe something like a min-ifs or something like that might be the better approach here.
Or he could sort it first. I'm not sure if he's done that or he's
Well, I think what
filtering.
he's realizing now is that there are
Ooh.
duplicates in the data set. Right? So you can see he's filtering down to find all the blanks and find the oranges. But we'll see how we can actually solve this, whether he can work that out. Still not quite giving him the answer he wants, though.
Yeah, not getting very far with
Okay,
that.
well-
Yeah.
Oh,
Sometimes
there we
it's
are.
funny, you can race ahead and then you get sort of stuck on one question.
Here we
We
go,
didn't get
let's
we didn't get a chance to explain the substitute, which was quite a nice one. But yeah, that was so quick. We didn't really get a chance to look at that. But the substitute function was quite a quick one with that last level. It was
Well,
going for
actually,
a filter function.
Well, let me just raise something really quickly here. So he
Yeah.
tried to paste the answers in the answer sheet, and the answer sheet has things one row at a time. But for one reason
Yeah.
or another, this particular spreadsheet has all of the all the questions, or those questions for this question anyway, in across 2 rows, which is a little bit strange.
So
And
the
so as
merge cells
yeah, so when he's trying to
is
copy and paste
causing
them
him trouble.
across, it mucked up with the format. Now he's answered this, but it looks like he's only got a portion of them right. It looks like there's some that are incorrect, and my guess is that goes back to the fact he's using XLOOKUP rather than the minimum date. So hopefully he can realize his mistake there and go back and reread the question.
Should we check in with someone else? Let's see how Dara is doing. Okay. So she is
So Dara's completely finished question
different.
3.
Yeah.
But she's
Yeah,
skipped
different
questions
approach.
1 and 2. That's a very strange strategy. And I wonder why that
Or
might be
either
the case.
that or she's got it completely wrong. No, she hasn't even attempted them. Yeah, I can
It
see.
doesn't look like she's attempted them. Yeah, I know that when we started, she looked straight to the bonus questions, but I know she hasn't got the points for the bonus questions. So I'm wondering if she wasn't one of the first 2 to have completed them. And so if she's gone for the bonus and not got the points for them, that's going to set her back a little bit because obviously she's wasted time and hasn't got anything to show for it, unfortunately.
Okay, we got a few points there from Timothy. But yeah, it's not going very well for Dara. And it's funny, you can just sometimes go about something not quite the right way and get really stuck on something and it just doesn't, yeah.
Yep. So we can see what she's trying to do here. She's trying to take this string of text and trying to pass out all the different characters in this string,
And
I'm
then
guessing
add them
she's
back
trying to use
together.
little Unicode, numbers to try and work out, what are the bits that she needs to replace. And what this
Yikes.
tells you is that she's just never run into the substitute function before.
Well, to be honest with this one, you can actually see what the answers are. So you can see that the top one should be U because what you need to do is take out the exclamation marks. And then the second one should be R because you take out the ats. So it would be quicker to just type them out. And sometimes they're like that, rather than using a formula, sometimes it's easier to just simply answer it manually without using a formula and you still get the points.
That's correct. Yeah. Well, why don't we go take a look at Timothy's screen at the moment, because I can see him working on one of the questions. And while we're shifting over to Timothy's, I know that Ben seems to have solved the question that he was working on, that question 4, because he's got the 380 points right now. So he found the min problem that he had. Now, in Timothy's case, he's got the the first 3 bonus questions. He's got a good answer for the first 3, but I think he's made some mistakes on the second level, that substitute question. And so my guess is he's done what you suggested, which is just type them out quickly and get them out of the way. And there's a typo, or there's something that's not quite worked there, and he's not realized that. But he seems to have lost a couple of points there, unfortunately.
Yeah. And if you don't read throughout the whole case, you may not realize that it's sometimes not important to to get the formula. Sometimes it's quicker to just, with these sorts of cases, you've just got to answer the questions just as quickly as you possibly can. And it really doesn't matter what it looks like or what function you use, just as long as you get the right number and the answer pasted in that green column, which is the most important thing.
Yep. You know, one little secret about the word question. Harry has put in an extra level of nightmare in there because the answers, when you read them out, say you are late for your first class of the day, but cannot remember which room your class is in.
Yes, yes, that's the that's what the words say once you have solved it correctly.
That's right. Okay.
Let's
so we can see Nikki's doing a decent job. If we move,
yeah.
get to Nick. Let's see what Nick is doing because Nick's been stuck on 360 points for a while.
Let's see how he is going.
All right. So we can see he's made a copy of the items on the left-hand side, and he's realized that there is this multi-row problem in this question, and so he's quickly trying to delete all these little bits in between.
Okay.
So
he's getting rid of those.
through that.
Yeah, merged cells are most certainly the stuff of nightmares. I'm sure you would agree.
So you can see here, he's saved all of his question 4 answers in a separate sheet, put all the calculations he needs, and is using a data table. So you can see he's listed out all the successful bots and green combinations he has here in columns G to I. So he's got a filter function there clearly to identify what are the items, and then he's used, I'm guessing, a minimum in C5 to get the smallest number of that. So I can see what he's doing here. It's probably a little bit more convoluted than I would have done, or I would have tried personally. But that's what the pressure can do to you sometimes. If you're trying to work under pressure, you jump on the first idea that you have and you just run with it because spending too long trying to think, is this the best way, or is there another way that I can do this? Means you squander your time very quickly.
Time. Yeah, you don't have time for that, do you? You've just got to jump in and do it as quickly as possible. And I think in some ways it's easier when you're just at home. For those people who have also, we've got lots and lots of people who are also competing but not live streamed. And in some ways I think the live stream adds that little bit of extra pressure, but it's, everybody has the same time limits.
Yep. You can see what he's done here. He's copying it down the page. And he's realizing, whoops, you can look at his face. Whoops, I've gone too far. Why am I getting all of these zeros? Goodness. And soon he's probably going to realize that actually it's not a problem with the data. It's that he's not anchored some of the cells in his XLOOKUP. And I mean, these are the sorts of mistakes that you make when you're under pressure. The question is, how quickly can you find those mistakes?
Exactly.
Straight away,
he's missed those F4, those referencing, and now he goes...
You can see the keystrokes on the right-hand side hammering away. Down Control V, down Control V.
I do enjoy seeing the keyboard shortcuts that they use over on the right-hand side. Okay, so he's just pasting the formatting to But they do need to hard code those green numbers in, I believe, for it to register the points.
Do they? I didn't realize that. I haven't seen the answer sheet for this, so I assumed that they'd just be using the dates, but we'll find out soon enough. This is formatted. We can see he's got the points, so I'm guessing numbers are good enough.
Looking good.
Okay, let's head back to Dara because she's managed to get out of the nightmare that was the level 2 text. And so now
she has. Oh, and Nick, you could see, Nick and Timothy both just jumped up a little bit in points. How is Dara doing? Okay.
All right. So now Dara's tackling this lookup question. You can see the first cell that she had in column I on the right-hand side, she's got a filter function in that cell. But... what's she doing there? Yes, she's taking the minimum of the filter. So she's doing exactly the same thing that Nick did, but she's doing it all in one cell. So let's see, when she copies it down, is it going to work? It's got these merge cells, so we'll see what comes up.
Those merge cells will be the death of me. Okay, and she's linking it to see if it
But-
is correct.
But she's linking
Oh,
it to the
geez.
wrong one. Yeah, because she placed the filter function on the bottom row of the merge. She's got to pick up the values from the bottom row of each of the calcs going down as well. So I think she's worked that out. She's copying it down. She's trying to work out how best to copy it down now, because copying merge cells is such a pain. And so now I think
but
she's going to do the same thing
yeah,
that
I
Nick
think
did.
she's-
Copy
I
paste,
think
copy
she's got
paste.
it. Yeah, it's interesting to see the different. Yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Right.
Looks like she's got it. Now she's just got to remember
Yeah.
that the answers are not the way that she they're not merged. Harry, you are cruel.
Yeah, it's cruel. Yes. Yes. Is a bit of a nightmare. Okay.
I mean, I love the fact that there are nightmares within nightmares of this. The
Yes.
data itself is in a nightmare format, but the questions are in a have added elements of
Yeah.
nightmares.
Yeah,
It's subtle,
yeah.
but I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Certainly an interesting case.
Well, let's check out how Ben is going, because Ben has a score of 532 at the moment.
Yeah.
So he seems
It
to
seems
be.
Ben and Nick are pretty much neck and neck, although Timothy is not too far behind. Oh, okay. What is he up to? Okay, he's up to with this one. This is the one where you need to start from a certain cell and then go up, down, across, and diagonally. And he's going with a sequence. Okay.
Yeah.
So he's sort of recreating it with a
So
sequence.
for the
for-
people who
okay.
haven't actually seen the case, because obviously this has only just been released. If you weren't part of Battle 3, then you've not had a chance to take a look at this. But in the Void sheet, which is the far right-hand sheet, that's where all of the ghosts and aliens were that you would have seen in the introduction video. And what we're effectively doing here, we are starting in a particular cell location and we're moving around and we're seeing when are we going to crash into an alien or a ghost. So what the challenge is here is that Ben needs to try and work out for each of these moves, which is the first move that is going to result in a ghost or an alien being run into. So I'm guessing he's going to be looking for a ghost or alien result in the result
And it's
column.
either a ghost or an alien, right? Doesn't
I
matter.
think
which
so.
one.
Yeah, I think whichever one you crash into first, that's the
That is
move
the-
that's going to count.
Yeah.
And so the first time you get a non-zero result, I guess, that's the answer. You're in the 13th move or the 7th move or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you can see what he's doing here. He's identifying what are the 8 different moves that you can make, the different directions around a cell you can move into, and what are the relative rows and column movements. So the left-hand movement, you're moving no rows, but you're moving one column to the left.
Yeah, I'm guessing he's done this before because I've seen these kind of cases before where you sort of go up and down, and I'm guessing he's going to use the offset, or maybe
Exactly.
not.
That'd be my thought as well.
Yeah.
We've seen
So-
like a lot of people who play these have played previous battles, and like any chess-based game will often have arrows in them, and so yeah, once you start playing around with the moves, this is sort of pretty obvious as a way to solve it.
So once he's got his little sort of grid at the top there specifying which one, and then he's just going to use an offset to start from a certain point and then go across however many rows and columns, and then see what and then he's using the address function to see what that address is going to be.
Yep. There we go. Oh, actually, I think he's going to... Yeah, he's going to try and work out where is that row and column. He's going to try and reassemble it over here. And...
Using the address with the 194th row and the 140th column. Okay.
Well, it'll be the 139th column now because it's moving one to the left, right?
Okay.
There we go. So this is all well and good because now he's got the locations. Now what he actually has to do is get the results. So how is he going to find the result? Well, he's going to use the indirect function to find it. Fair enough.
Okay.
That's interesting. So he's not used the offset function, Danielle. It's
Yeah.
using address as a
Getting the
very different way of
end.
approaching it.
Okay, and then an indirect. Okay.
There we go. So we found an alien in the 7th move.
Aha. And he's going to do that for every. Ah, I see.
That's cute. There we go.
Interesting. Yeah, and his points are going to jump up quite a lot once he gets this because of the way he's built it. It's it should be pretty easy to reproduce.
Well, I reckon he'll probably just use a data table to do this, right?
Yeah, maybe.
He's got his answer of 7. He's happy with that first question. Now he just needs to take
And
all the
he's gonna
results.
paste
Here we
them
go.
in. Look at it. Fantastic.
There's our answer.
Yep.
Where does our data table? Where does our data
Data
table?
table. Yeah.
There's our solution. He's
Look
currently
at-
on 532,
Oh,
732. There you go.
732.
Well done.
Wow,
We
fantastic.
can see perfect answers down the bottom right-hand side as he
Uh-huh.
tackles level 7.
Right.
Let's head over to Timothy because Timothy was in the lead for a while.
Yeah. I wonder if he's gotten stuck somewhere.
You can see Nick has solved that question as well. He's on 741 points. He's 9 points ahead of Ben, which has got to be like 1 or 2 answers somewhere or another.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So they can see. They can't hear us, but they can see the scores, can't they? So that he would know that he's a few
I think
points
they do have a
behind.
way of
Yeah.
seeing the scores. Yeah.
Must be really. I wonder if they have time to keep an eye on that, or whether they're just focusing on their own game.
Yeah. Well, we can see here, Timothy's doing pretty much the same thing that Ben was doing, that indirect address approach. Although it's interesting, he's like cramming a lot of it into one formula. And so if you make a mistake, it's harder to check. But
Yeah.
it looks like he seems to have got it. And you can see the alien popping up in position 7. So all's well that ends well, right?
Well, not
Now,
yet,
here's
but
a
he's
question.
pretty close. Pretty close.
Well, now I'm curious. Why is he looking up the alien or the ghost reference? Like,
It doesn't
almost-
matter whether it's an alien.
that's
or
exactly it.
it's
Why is he
doing them
wasting time on this?
separately. Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll leave him to finish this. Maybe we can check
Okay.
out what Nick is doing. Because Nick will be tackling this level 7 question right now.
All right. Let's have a look.
Now, Nick has scored 9 points above Ben, which I can only assume has to do with, like, a single question somewhere else, or a few questions in level 3 or something like that. So we'll wait for the screens to change to Nick's screen. There we go.
There we go.
You can see, like,
Yeah,
Nick's
he's missed a couple.
I mean, so level 4 was the names that you were trying to find the lowest date, and level 5 is the conversion of the data, going from the dice and the Roman numerals and the text and trying to clean that up. And so it looks like he's done the smart play. He's realized that that's not actually that useful. It's not going to help him in future questions. So rather than waste time, struggling with what is actually a reasonably challenging task, converting 4 different data types in a column to just the numbers, he said these points aren't worth it. Let's go solve some other things that are going to be worth more points and are easier to solve. So,
Is he using an add-in? What is that? What is that little screen at the top there?
like Anacell Explorer or something like that.
Anacell? Is that like a little audit? Have you seen that before, Tim?
It's not a tool that I've used, but it reminds
Yeah.
me of tools like BPM Traverse and Explode and other
Yeah, it
similar
looks
tools.
like a little trace. It's like a little tracing thing. I mean, they are allowed to use add-ins, aren't they? It's not like
so,
the
yeah.
it's not like the FMI exam where you can basically kind of use whatever means necessary to answer the case. In fact, what we do see people do sometimes is just use random. If the answer is numeric, just using a random sequence to try to guess. I mean, whatever you got to do to solve it.
Well, I was actually going to call that out, and that again, Harry's done a really great thing about making sure that this spreadsheet is a nightmare, because in most cases, you get to question 6 or you get to the second last question, you don't have time for the last question, so you use the random number generator to get your results.
Yeah, but you can't do that here.
But the last question here, he's deliberately made it so that it's not a numeric answer.
It certainly is a nightmare. I think he's just made sure that it is just completely a nightmare from start to finish.
It's beautiful. I love it. Okay.
Yeah.
So what is Nick actually doing with this question 7? Because it looks like he's got a starting point. He's realized he's got a starting point. And I reckon what he's probably trying to do is see what are the cells around that first cell. So if you change everything in each direction, diagonally one way, diagonally the other way, is there anything that matches in this cell? Yes or no? And that's going to tell you whether it matches or not, in which case then you can find what cell it is that's sort of triggered the correct answer.
Okay.
The challenge of this is that that's only going to work when you've got sort of a finite number of cells to search through, right? So in your first level around, you've got 8 cells that you're looking through to try and find, what works. When you look one step out from that, you've got 24 cells that you need to search through. When you step one step out of that, you've got 35 cells that you need to search through. And so, setting up all of these row and column change combinations for 35 different combinations of cells, suddenly that's a lot of work to work out, how far away from the centerpiece you need to go.
Yeah, this is really making him work hard. He's having to go through each one individually.
So what I think he's doing right now, though, he's doing it manually. He's picking a location, and then he's jumping there
one
and
at
just
a
saying,
time.
I think it's over here. And to be honest, I think that's the cleverest way to do this.
Well, we've now got less than 5 minutes to go, so I think if he keeps the pace up, he has got a chance of solving it, and he is in the lead. So yeah.
I was going to say, let's head to Ben and see what he's doing, because Ben's the only person who can catch him right now. If Ben has some sort of really great solution that can solve this, then fantastic. Ben's definitely going to win. But I'm not sure that Ben's getting the right answer here.
Oh,
He's got some guesses.
He's done something, but they don't look like they're right.
Yeah, something's not quite working over here, unfortunately. He's got a few of the answers. And so I think he's now looking back at his scores and trying to work out,
Maybe he'd, grab a couple of, see what he got wrong and see if he can grab a couple of points here and there, maybe.
Yeah. But I mean, he's got like 160 points to make up. The only way that he's going to be able to do this is by solving this last question faster than Nick can.
Yeah, and I can't see how he's going to do that in under 4 minutes.
Well, Dara has now started getting some points. She's now up to 388 points. So we should probably go check out what she's doing right now.
Yeah, let's have a look.
Dara's making her way through. She's looking at the bonus questions. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I think Nick and Timothy still both only have like the first 3 bonus questions done. And so bonus questions 4 and 5 are still available for points.
Yeah, but she wouldn't know that, would she? So I hope she doesn't waste time on it when there's not going to be any points to score.
I think they do. I think they do.
She does. It does. You're right. It does say at the bottom.
I think it shows up a notification for them on their answer sheet to say, "Hey, someone else has got these questions already."
Right. Okay. So she can focus on the last 2 if they're still up for grabs.
Yeah. So there we go. You can see she's trying to get one of the questions, which I think is looking at the which question was it? It was like looking at the total sum of all of the. Was that the total sum of all the Roman numerals? No, you know what? That question was solved, if I remember correctly. I think this might be the total quantity of all items.
Okay. So she's turning it back into Roman.
I think I know what it is here. So she might be trying to solve the 4th question, which requires you to actually clean up the data, which is why no one else has got this, because everyone kind of sort of skimmed on past the data cleansing question.
But I was just about to say, why did she not do level 1? Okay, now she's doing level 1. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's level 1 is quite easy, and you just do it manually. Okay, she must have missed it somehow,
Yeah.
or
So she's doing
decided
it
to
manually
leave it
now.
until later. Yeah, maybe that was part of her strategy.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Now, Timothy's been stuck on 554 points for quite a while. We should probably see where he's up to. He's probably trying to solve one of these aliens and void questions as well, I imagine.
Okay, Nick is firmly in the lead.
Yes, although Nick was interesting. He had actually dropped back a number of places, number of points. He was on 916, and then he moved back to 800 and something. So the fact he's got 975 now means he's probably solved something. We should probably check
Shall we
out Timothy
see?
before we run out of
Yeah.
time. Quickly,
Let's see
just
Timothy.
to see where he's up to.
Okay.
Okay, so he's trying to solve question
Ooh,
7.
wow, there's a
How is he doing
formula.
it?
Wow,
Some
look at that.
offset indirect.
Look at that. Gee, you don't see a formula like that every day.
Oh, don't talk to Ian Bennett. Ian Bennett will be very unhappy with a formula like this.
Yeah.
But,
Yikes.
well, if it gets the job done, it gets
If
the job
it gets
done.
yeah. You don't have to audit it. You don't have to look at it again. But as long as you can, if it gets you the points, then yeah.
Now, I've got no idea how this is actually going to work, but I think what he's doing, he's checking to see if any of these cells match up to an alien. So, like, the first one is there an alien in this range? And they give me the answer for that, like 1 or 0. The second one is check if there is a ghost in this range, give me a 1 or 0. He's trying to add these up, and theoretically this might work, but I don't think
we
it's enough
have
time to make it work.
16 seconds to go. Oh my gosh, I don't know that we're
In our
gonna...
final 10 seconds, why don't we head back to Nick and see what he's doing?
Yeah.
He is our leader. He's
looks
pretty much definitely going to win this.
Pretty much. I think we can call it that Nick was the winner.
There we go with 975 points. That is very impressive.
It is done. It is over. Wow! Look at
There
that.
we go.
Whoa. Okay.
So,
All right.
what did
So
he
it
have
looks
to
like
say
he
he
got the
solved?
3 bonus points.
The 3 bonus questions. He made one little mistake in level 4, which was trying to look up that minimum date. He made a lot of mistakes in level 5, and what that tells me is that he's just not managed to get the right combinations for the data. So converting things from Roman numerals and dice and everything else. But level 7, 90% on that is fantastic.
Yeah, apparently he had the bonus question for the question 5, but he changed it and lost it again.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Mind you, he didn't need it, so no harm, no
No.
foul, right?
Exactly. He still managed it. Wow, what an amazing, very, very close to Ben. But yeah, it was neck and neck for a while, but he made it. He did it. Fantastic.
Too good tonight. So.
Wow. Hooray. Well done, Nick. Fantastic. How are you feeling about that? What a nightmare, hey?
Oh, I'm feeling like a bit of a muppet changing the bonus 5 question I just did.
But you still won.
I didn't
won.
realize I got that. Yeah, I'm not totally proud of how I went about level 7.
No, I'm very proud.
Not the greatest modeling per se.
So it takes guts to be able to say, I don't think I can find a good formulaic solution for something, so I'm just going to solve it manually. And if there is a better indicator of that, like Andrew and I did that in the first the Excel World Cup, Financial Modeling World Cup as it was back then. And just solve the entire case with just manually typing things through. So no disrespect at all. Like that, if it gets the job done, you just got to do it.
Yeah, I found I tested 1 or 2 questions, and then I went, let's find a better way. And then I realized it was only taking me 5 or 7 seconds per question, so I kind of had to just go to that.
Do you compete differently when you're live streamed as to what you do when you're not being watched?
Yes. Yep. So I immediately went to, and I typically go for the bonuses anyway when I'm kind of on my own, but there's a different dynamic here where the bonuses can only be available for 2 people. So I basically looked at it and went, look, anything that can be solved up front from a bonus perspective, I'm going to go for and try and get, because if I try and go down get a few level points and get myself level 3, level 4, and go back to the bonuses, there's every chance they're not there anymore.
Exactly. Yeah, that is a slightly different thing when you're on the live stream. So Dara, how did you go? You put up a good fight. What did you think?
Yeah, I think, probably like you said, it was a nightmare. So there was a lot of pressure. So I sort of started making silly mistakes. So I had a circular error somewhere, and then I realized I was referring to the same cell as I was solving for.
Well,
And
he
it
didn't
took
put
me
a
2 minutes
a
to-
circular reference, but that's another thing that causes.
No.
But you
So
did that all
that
by
was
yourself.
Yeah. So that was, that was unintentional. That was a mistake. So it took me 2-3 minutes to actually resolve why I'm making why there's such an issue. But essentially, I think if I were probably not on live stream, there would have been a little less pressure. So, and so I think for Nick, if he kept his cool, and for the rest too. So.
Well done. Timothy, how did you go? How do you feel about that result?
Just looking at it now, I just realized that when it has a 6, 6, 2, and a 4, it means 6,624, not add 6 plus 6 plus 2 plus 4. I think that was my mistake when doing it.
I think Nick has just realized that too now.
Yeah,
that explains level 5.
Yeah. Otherwise, okay. Any other sort of nightmare moments for you, Timothy? You had such a strong start.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because then once I got that issue, I didn't get level 5. And then I don't know what happened on level 6. So, yeah, bit of a disappointment after that strong start.
Okay. And Ben, you gave Nick a run for his money, that's for sure. You were neck and neck for a while. How are you feeling?
That spreadsheet definitely was a nightmare. It only caused my Excel to crash about 2 or 3 times. So way to go, case author.
No.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, wow.
Yeah. I was working with the void. I had a strategy for the void tab, but I think it was the sheer size of it just caused my Excel to like, nope, don't want to do this today.
Oh my gosh. I think we've explored just about every possible nightmare there is to do with spreadsheets, circular references. We've got merged cells. We've got crashing files. Geez, wow. What else could it throw at us? Wow, amazing.
Well, and final words for you all. Thank you for competing tonight. It was a
Yes.
pleasure watching your work. Nick, congratulations again for an excellent performance. And Danielle, I think what we're going to do, we're going to go to a quick break and then come back and see how everyone at home has performed for the rest of Battle 3.
Yes, let's hear from our sponsors.
Alrighty.
Okay, yeah.
I still can't get over that image, that video of Lawrence walking in with the sunglasses and the flag behind his back. He was loving it in Las Vegas.
Such a great image. He looks like he had so much fun.
That's it. Well, speaking of having fun, let's see how everyone else in Battle 3 has gone, because there are 30 people who competed. And so here we go. Very familiar names up top, competing in Battle 3. Andrew, Diarmid, Bo, and Anup, and so on. Sorry, I'm corrected. 300 people competed, and what we're going to be seeing is the top 30 who played in this round. What I love about this is that Andrew, Diarmid, and Bo scored a full 1,250 points. Anup came extremely close with 1,242 points. And as Nick pointed out, you get the chance to tackle all the bonus questions at home. You don't have to compete and try and be the first two out of 4 to get them. But it was solvable in 16 minutes. We can see the time on the right-hand side. So
amazing. That is so fast. Incredible.
This is why he is the 3-time world champion, I guess.
Yeah.
For Battle 3, Andrew, Bo, John, and Adam have qualified for the Microsoft Excel World Championship. We can see people like Diarmid, Anup, and Harry have pre-qualified already, so they're already in the running. But if we take a look at some of the other results, I think we've got 11th to 20th place here, scoring 920 points over here. So what was Nick's score? Nick scored 970.
Close to that, yeah.
975, I think it was. So I mean, that would have put him, in some pretty high company over here.
Yeah.
And
it's good to see some new names as well.
That's it. Well,
Fantastic.
Congratulations to everyone who's competed in Battle 3. A special congratulations to the 5 people who have qualified. So the 4 that we just saw, plus Nick from tonight's battle. And look, Danielle, did you have any final things that you wanted to chat about?
No, I think that is just about it. I am hoping to make it to Las Vegas this time. I hope I'm going to try and convince you to come as well, Tim. Wouldn't it be fantastic if we could commentate live there in person? That would be
Absolutely.
fantastic.
Let's bring it on. I will definitely be trying to convince anybody I need to convince to get over to Las Vegas, whether to run a session at the Active Cell or just to sort of compete, or not to compete, sorry, to cast and soak up the atmosphere. I think it's going to be fantastic.
Yes, exactly.
But I like the circular reference comment that you made before. I hope someone puts in a deliberate circular reference into the question files in the future. So people open up their spreadsheet and they're putting their formula in, and it is a real nightmare. They're just getting the same answer everywhere because it's not getting calculated.
That would be absolutely cruel. I can't imagine any case author doing that, but you never know. Don't want to give them any ideas.
Danielle, have you written any cases yet?
No, I have not.
Maybe you could do it.
No, that would not. I wouldn't do that. No. All right. Thank you so much for once again being my fabulous co-host, Tim. It's always wonderful to see you. We must catch up again in person very soon because we don't live too far away from each other. So lovely co-hosting with you, and congratulations to all of our competitors and those who have made it through. So I think that's it from us, Tim.
Yep, that's it. Thank you everyone for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
All right. Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
At the University of Arizona, we believe everyone is born with wonder. That thing that says, I will not accept this world that is, while it drives us to create what could be. That world can't wait to see what you'll do. Where your wonder will take you, and what it will make you. Start your journey at Wonder.